Hey everyone, this is Brian from Many-Sided Media. Recently, ICE has once again murdered an American citizen in Minnesota, but the citizens of Minneapolis are showing up for their community to resist this violence. We make shows about games and imagination and all the silliest things in life, but we also want to support the people of Minnesota. So here is how we are going to start. This month, we are going to be matching donations to the Women's Foundation of Minnesota and their Immigrant Rapid Response Fund. These donations will help organizations that support and protect immigrants by providing human services and legal services to immigrant communities under attack. We are matching all donations up to $500, so if you send us a receipt or proof of donation on social media or by email to manysidedmedia@gmail.com, we will match your donation in kind. Not only that, if you donate any amount over $20 anytime this month and let us know about it, we will also send you a code for a free month to our Patreon. This month, we're going to be putting out talkbacks for Perils and Princesses, some original music from that season, plus a special 2-part Die series with guest GM Kieron Gillen and guest player Nathan Yaffe. So not only will you be donating to a great cause, not only will your generosity be doubled by the folks here at Many-Sided Media, but you will also get a bunch of great TTRPG content as well. So once again, go to wfmn.org and donate to the Immigrant Rapid Response Fund. Let us know that you did, and we will match your donation and send you a free month of our Patreon. While times right now may feel dark, remember that individually, things may seem hopeless, but united as a community, we can make great change. So just do one thing every day. That's really all I'm trying to do. Just one thing. Maybe it's this, maybe it's volunteering in your community, meeting your neighbors, going to a protest, signing a petition, or finding some other way to get involved in your community. Every step that we make towards a better tomorrow is frustratingly imperceptible. But if we just keep making them, then one day we may actually find ourselves in that better future that we all hoped for. And with that, enjoy the show. This is a preview of our Patreon exclusive game of Die, Total Party Kill, featuring special guests Kieron Gillen and Nathan Yaffe. To hear the full episode, head on over to patreon.com/manysidedmedia and become a member of the Dice Pool. There, you will get access to dozens of hours of bonus actual plays, cast talkbacks, roundtable discussions, original music, and ad-free episodes of all of our shows. Your support on Patreon really is the single best way you can help us continue to make this show and many more like it in 2026 and beyond. Hello and welcome to the Dice Pool, everybody.
Splash!
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 Eagle-eared listeners will hear a few additional voices on this particular splashdown. Please welcome to the show, Kieron Gillen, designer of Die.
Howdy.
Joining us today as our guest GM, and also welcome, returning to the show the first time on the Dice Pool, Nathan Yaffe.
Howdy.
Howdy indeed.
Howdy!
We've got a little mini Die reunion going on here because we are going to dive in once again to one of our favorite games of all time, Die.
Woohoo!
We're incredibly excited to have Kieron be GMing for us. Also joining me on the call, I should introduce everybody because not everybody can hear. We have Abby Hepworth.
Hi! Howdy!
And we have Elliot Davis.
Howdy.
Let's dive right in. Kieron, I'm going to turn this over to you to introduce us to the game and to get us started with this one-shot.
The immediate urge to just burn this to the ground and make it a Western Die game is very high.
I mean...
I just found that there's a Western Die scenario actually would kind of work in various ways, but I don't want to wing it.
Next time.
Yeah, Die is a Portal Fantasy game of basically Goth Jumanji. A group of people get together playing a role-playing game and get dragged into a fantasy world which throws their hopes and fears and losses back at them in the form of dragons and whatever else. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but the dragon is your distant father and the dungeon is every dark thing inside your soul.
You know, chill.
Yeah.
Chill stuff.
Classic.
Yeah.
And basically, the characters go into the fantasy world and then decide whether or not to go home. And there's elements which are complicated. This is actually the second time I've ran Die this year, actually. It's weird. It's one of those weird things that it's out there, but I have not ran it recently.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
excited to run it again.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hopefully I remember the rules. If not, it's great.
They're written down. So
Well, who reads the rules, though? Really, it's like designers are very egotistical approaches. So we're running a scenario called Total Party Kill, which is what Grant basically challenged me. Hey, is it possible to actually just write a proper one-off scenario with a dungeon for Die? And the answer is yes, or at least I tried to. Die Rituals, which is the main game, is breathes a bit more over other sessions. Quite often there's a lot more hugging. Total Party Kill, as the name may suggest, can be a little meaner. Though we'll discover that as we go along.
Hell
Die
yeah.
is something that walks entirely upon the personas, which are the people, the real world people. I'm just going to read the text. You all used to play fantasy RPGs together as teenagers until an awful session where the GM, yours truly, threw you into a killer dungeon and slaughtered the party. Now, years down the line, you're all back in town and the GM suggests the game. With mutual recrimination, both in and out the game, you're surprised they asked. You're perhaps even more surprised you all said yes. Right, that's the setup. So I am this master who's got you all back together and fell out. We don't. Maybe some of us like each other, maybe we don't. I'm going to segue quickly into the magic circle, which is what we do in Die to sort of set expectations. It's a safety tool. If I can just gesture everyone over to the actual magic circle tab. This is, we define the tone of the game. Default is a dark fantasy, there's horror, and there's also a more standard fantasy. I would say dark fantasy unless anyone has any really strong desires to go harder or softer.
I feel like I trust your judgment here.
Dark fantasy sounds great.
yeah.
Like as a general GM thing, I will check anyone's ever uncomfortable. I mean, we play with the X card anyway, but like I'll check in with people quite regularly, and also like Total Party Kill is more violent. It's also slightly sillier, I think. There's something like over the top about it, but I will definitely be checking in.
Awesome.
Inter-party conflict. The end of the game always involves a conflict between the group. Not necessarily violence, but the possibility of it.
Okay.
How do people feel about party fisticuffs before that? It's the best thing. Is it's like on standard, it's only the end game has explicit party versus party stuff. How do people feel about opening up or not?
I'm open.
Yeah.
If the spirit moves us, no, Abby, you don't want that.
Do you know what it is? Is that I am squirrely about it, but I like what you just said of like if the spirit moves us, and I feel like I can put that into the character of like that's that I don't mind watching it happen, and if I feel so moved, I'll hop on it.
I was say, the actual way it phrases, I mean, like, God bless how it's written. I didn't write this bit. Direct conflict between the player characters is possible throughout the game if the narrative demands it.
Yes.
I'm really imagining like Abby just waiting outside of a fight, just waiting until everyone else is tired and then jumping in.
like, all right.
Oh, now that you're softened up,
My
bang, bang,
turn.
bang.
Yeah.
Abby's playing the dictator, therefore the most obvious reason there might be party violence. It's like, which leads to, will we be using dictator? The default is yes. I presume we're okay with that one because we all played Die before. In which case,
Yeah.
okay. Can the dictator use the voice to control other player characters? Because the way the dictator works, to remind people, there's two things the dictator's voice can do. One is to hurt people,
Mhm.
which is basically allows the dictator to work in the end game, and one is to control people, as in directly alter their emotional state. The standard way of doing it is no, they can't. Only on NPC characters. Either yes or no, only on NPCs, or maybe, but the the dictator will get consent each time they use another player character. My general suggestion for like more mature players is the get consent each time, as in, is this cool? But how do people feel about
Yeah.
I'm down to get
Sounds
controlled.
Yeah, you can control me.
Oh.
I trust my wife.
Okay.
I
You
trust your wife
shouldn't.
I trust your wife too.
And if she's mean, she's sleeping on the couch tonight.
We have a very comfy couch.
that? One of the things I like about the game is all the classes about what their powers that cost something. That's the entire point. Except the dictator is there's no downside. It's just the temptation. You have power. There's no real downside to what you do. It's downsides for everybody else. Now what you do? You just
Wow.
sit. You know what I mean? Like everyone else has to do something, but yours is just this is an ethical hole you're standing over.
Yeah.
You're going to jump in?
And I feel like the answer is probably, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Eventually, let's go. It's more like when they jump in is the better
Mhm.
question.
Yeah.
What pushes? Anyway, and finally, what sort of ending we want? Hard one, happy ending, an emotionally complicated but satisfying conclusion, a cathartic tragedy. What's the general vibe we're shooting for here? I'm open here. The standard one is happy. The standard one is like emotionally complicated but satisfying.
I love a tragedy.
I'm okay with tragedy.
I'm in for emotionally complicated and/or tragedy. I don't want a hard one happy ending. I want
No.
some hurt in this
You
game.
never know.
Yeah.
That's true. If the spirit moves us,
That is the theme of the day.
Yeah, for me, the standard ending of most nice novels is everyone goes to a gay bar and someone comes out. That's kind of, you know what I mean? It's a hard way to get there.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it emotionally, but the potential of just really dark is still on the table. I think is the-
I think that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay, the way die opens, and I should stop clapping because that's bad in a podcast.
Thank you.
But realizing it midway through is great audio for a podcast.
Yeah. So, honestly, my fidget tools are here, and I'm not touching them. That's my entire goal. Don't touch the fidget tools. Okay, in die is Persona Gem. So basically, quite often in die, you do a much more broader, slower cook. TPK goes straight to the heart of it and asks some big questions. So everybody, you are all have a fraught relationship with my GM character. I'm the biggest nerd at school, basically. Or it's the biggest nerd in this classic RPG group. But each one of you have a strong relationship with me. There's the friend, the GM's best friend, the love, the one the GM loved, the bully, the one who bullied the GM, the bullied, the one the GM bullied, and the pitied, the one the GM looked down on. Has anybody want to jump on one of those roles?
I was interested in the pitied,
That's great, Brian.
which I'm also just thinking in terms of like being pitied. Can I go little brother?
Little brother's fantastic.
I want to jump right in on that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, if anyone gets like a lot of like soft, the questions are kind of the start, so you can always build upon them. My little brother's fantastic. Nathan, you got any role that jumped out at you?
Yeah, I was thinking about being the best friend.
Thank you. Abby, what about you?
I'm going to play the bully.
You mean me.
I'm going to be mean.
How dare you bully me? And Elliot?
The bullied.
Oh, wow. And I'm mean too, so like, there's a circle of,
The chain of screaming, yes.
if you somehow bully Abby, we can create a perfectly dynamic
Whoa.
system.
Ooh,
Yes.
a closed system.
New
rock, paper,
mini game.
scissors.
Yeah, a little rock paper scissors thing
Sustainable
going on.
bullying.
There's no waste in this system.
The rock, paper,
Yeah.
scissors of bullying, yes.
I ran the game, as I said. I was the biggest fantasy nerd in the group, perhaps the biggest in the universe as far as you knew. We're broadly speaking a group of nerdy kids playing this at school, whatever that means. Okay, and I'm going to ask some of these questions directly at people, but like other people got strong feelings, chip in. Elliot, okay, how long is it since we played together? So is it like 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, something else?
Let's call it 10. That feels nice.
10 is good. So we're heading towards 30, basically.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's a horrific period.
Everyone's their worst selves at that time.
Oh yeah. You haven't
Well, hold
quite
on.
recovered.
He
Wait a
says to a
second.
group of people in their late 20s and early 30s.
They are terrible people. All of them.
Can
All
confirm.
of them.
As long if you're above 30, you're great, but below 30.
Wait, whoa, wait.
Okay. Nathan,
Yes.
what was the name of the killer dungeon I threw you all and murdered you? Is it the Dominions of Farland thrice blooded?
Oh, rad.
The Blade Glades of the Everchild? The Abyss? Or something else?
Ooh. Those are all really good.
Something else is a pretty spooky name.
Something else is pretty spooky.
How dare you? Honestly, like getting in touch with my like 13-year-old edgelord to make up the names was really
Yeah.
an important part of the
Yeah. What about just the else?
The else.
The
The other.
Perfect. Right, Brian.
Yeah.
I'd like to know it's Nathan. You're the friend, aren't you?
Yeah.
Excellent. You were my GM's friend. You were my confidant. What bonded us together? We both loved the same geek stuff. You kind of hero worshipped me and hung off every word of mine. We were the first two queer kids out at school. Or something else.
I like that first one. We just were both into geek stuff.
What especially did you love is the follow-up question there.
I mean, I could just pull from real life. I was really into the I think you were probably more familiar with this fantasy stuff, and you helped get me into it. And I like coming up with characters and playing the game, and you like running the game. So it made it so nice.
So is it what specifically was our game though? Like, was it just D&D broadly, or was it like anything else a bit more like with the right age to be watching Game of Thrones? By the way, if we're gonna go 10 years ago,
sure, yeah, maybe it was like your homebrew version of D&D, which was like darker than D&D.
Yeah, obviously, it's like we watch Game of Thrones.
There's no Revivify.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Yeah.
Cheating. And there's actually an entire scenario called No Res. It's about a GM who just hates the idea of characters getting resurrected.
That's great.
That's awesome.
It's because they've lost a loved one. Anyway.
Damn.
I always forget that this game hits on the second level as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not subtle. Like,
No.
fantastic. The bully. How did you bully the GM? Were you physically powerful? Were you wickedly socially manipulative? Were you smarter than me and made me feel stupid? Or something else?
I think that I bullied you in the sense of I was like a very angry kid and I made it everybody else's problem. And because you were like organizing things and running things, I was like constantly telling you were doing it wrong. And kind of in the wickedly manipulative of like I would get mad about it, forcing you to like adjust a thing because I was too much.
Yeah. So basically you hurt me by just it's hypercritical, as in you're hypercriticizing me and making your anger my problem.
Yeah, like nothing, like every choice you could make, there'd be something wrong with it, in my opinion, somehow.
An ideal player in any game.
Yeah, why did you guys play games with me?
Well, play to find out. Okay.
You would have been even meaner if we didn't.
That's true.
The bullied. You were someone I treated bad. Sorry, the GM treated badly repeatedly. Why? You're my younger sibling. You weren't as bright as me, and I mocked you for every mistake. Wow, it's a circle of.
It's a circle.
You were the hang-on friend of somebody cooler in the group, or something else.
Oh, I like a hang-along friend. That's a really tragic vibe.
Yeah.
who like, I got, you were even in fantasy, you just kind of hung out and like,
Yeah.
oh man, I love that.
I think I thought Nathan's character was very cool, and I hung.
Nice.
I was a hanger-on to Nathan's character.
Yeah.
And I was always like, yeah, guys, what are we all doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Especially because we were best friends, me and Nathan, yeah?
Yeah.
So, like,
yeah,
the
yeah.
idea
And
of,
I was like, oh yeah, we're a trio. Yeah.
Salt,
Oh my
pepper, and
God.
paprika.
the Three Musketeers, and it's like, no, we're not. We're really not. And the pitied.
Yes.
Many people treated you poorly. The GM seemed to take sympathy for you. Why? Were you poorer than everyone else? Were you targeted by bullies at school for something? Were you the younger sibling of another player? We're ahead of it.
We're ahead of it.
Or something else.
I definitely want to go younger sibling.
Yeah, so you've already said my younger sibling. Yeah.
I think so. Does it make more sense to be younger sibling of another player?
I think another player's great in that way, especially if there's someone mean like Abby. Sorry, Abby's character.
No, you nailed it. You nailed it the first time.
Yeah. The second anyone gets that character's name, feel free to write them on your screen as well.
I know. I'm trying to think.
That suddenly makes that whole bit easier because I accidentally not insulting Abby all the time, which is good.
You know what? I'll go ahead and do little sibling of Abby.
That's nice.
Of Abby's character.
Is Abby okay that Abby was also mean to Brian?
I think weirdly, part of the reason Brian is in the group is because I insisted it had to happen, and I'm overprotective of Brian. But you guys also actually, now the tides have turned, and you like Brian more than you like me.
Well, yeah. Brian's great.
Yeah, where you're like, wait, but you're so mean. How did he
And so what?
turn out
He's
so nice?
pitied because he's your sibling.
Yeah. In this group dynamic, great to him. At home, I bully everyone.
It's a bit like, honestly, I'm usually go like, if Abby's so like aggressive to everyone else, Brian's character gets hit in the neck. Like, there's a bit like that he gets the splash damage of Abby's rage as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Abby, because your character's being mean to everybody, they're like, oh, we're not brave enough to stand up to you, so let's pick on the little sibling.
Yes.
I love that. Well, I don't love that, but
Also, I think I'm going to go with the name Felix.
Felix is good. I've gone with Duncan.
I think I'm gonna go with Garrett.
How about Martin?
Martin.
My best mate, Martin, the Martster.
The Martster.
The Martster.
Dunk Mart, they call us.
And your second best mate, Garrett.
Yes, Garrett.
Of course, Garrett.
This question will go to everyone individually, so I'm going to read it once and then move it around. I'll start with Felix this time for Bro.
Yeah.
At school, what was your hope for the future? Be famous. For what? Get out of this town. To do what? To get started on a career. Which? To finally come out. And why haven't you? To settle down with someone you love. Do you have a who? Or something else? So that's going to go to everybody.
I think just to make it like extra pitiable, I think he wanted to get famous, but for like Twitch streaming.
Nice. Like you were early adopters then as well. You could have,
Yeah. I feel like there are lots of art forms that if you don't make it, it's still okay. I feel like Twitch streaming, if you really try for it and don't make it, it's somehow worse. I don't know why.
It's also not great if you do. If you do succeed. Hard to explain to your older relatives.
Martin, what about you? Nathan, tell me about Martin. What did Martin want to get out of school?
I think maybe Martin's like a romantic.
Oh.
Wanted to find love.
Were you in love with anybody?
Yeah.
In the group or just an MP or somebody, just another person?
Well, I was gonna, cause I'm thinking ahead to what our falling out might have been.
Yeah. Well, okay, we can save on that. We'll sit on that briefly then.
Yeah.
For a while. What about Abby? Tell me about Fen.
Yes, Fen. I've picked the name Fen. Her full name is Felicity, but if you call her that, watch out. Fen wanted to get out of town. She wanted to get out of Dodge and start over somewhere else where she had less history.
That's great. And Garrett? Elliot, tell me about Garrett.
Garrett wanted to come out. This was not a very accepting town, I would say, and wanted to go somewhere where he could come out.
Let's go. Where do you reckon we are? Anyone got Garrett? You got a choice?
I always love a rural New England is personal to me, so we could do rural New England.
Roger.
I have this there, so I know vaguely what it looks like.
Yeah, it's like old England, but newer.
Just a little new.
Always with Boston and shouting is my main memories in New England.
Yeah. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
and Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
No one has an indoor voice. That's the kind of energy.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
That feels accurate for Boston.
I think I wanted to do a very popular actual play. I think it's a hot new thing that could make it.
Yeah.
That's my kind of energy.
Oh, it's too real. Being like famous actual play was also my first thought, and I was like, is that too close to home for me?
Twitch stream. It's different.
Oh, actually,
different.
Kieran, that would be fun if both of us had like a similar dream, but had very different ways of going about it. Like,
Yeah.
because you did you did this total party kill dungeon. It's like you wanted to do hardcore, no rerolls, and I'm like, nah, story gaming.
No, story. Like, it's not. There's no such thing as story gaming. There really.
No. Like trust me.
It's not really a game.
We've got this thing called the X card.
Oh no.
In this world, it's called Wiggle instead of Twitch.
There you go.
Oh.
I love that.
Di jumps over the copyright of so much stuff. It's almost embarrassing. No one will notice. Anyway, around the time of our fatal game, maybe before or maybe after, each of us did something that torched the relationship with my character, Duncan. What was it? Here's a list that everyone's going to pick from. You turned up to a party drunk and caused the huge scene. You stole something precious. What? You made out with my partner, or at least someone I was extremely into. You snapped and told me exactly what you thought of me. What was it? You spread rumours about me behind my back. What were they? I needed you to do something for me, and you just didn't. What was it? Or something else?
I was thinking I made out with maybe I'm thinking we both like the same person, and you were a little bit more of a nerd than me. I was a little bit more outgoing, and that was all it took.
Yeah. And that's presumably the person you want to settle there. You actually, is somebody you cared about? Like, I mean, is it more interesting for the person you cared about or just a rando?
I think we both had feelings for
Yeah,
for
I
this
think
person.
I much prefer that as well.
Yeah.
We got a name for her?
What about Annie?
Annie's good. Beautiful Annie.
Yeah.
My heart called out for her, and you took her away with your less knowledge of polyhedrals. Fantastic. Anyone want to jump on next?
Could I have stolen the dungeon prep for this dungeon?
What? Actually, I almost went. I'm going to just show the fluidity of the game. Unless I always wanted to make it as an RPG designer. Let's include that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
All right, then I'll just do actual play. I'll steal that. Let's get real meta.
Yeah.
This is the game for it.
Brilliant. So you stole my prep for this game, as in the whole campaign
Or
you were running, or
I was thinking like stole the prep for like the original dungeon, like the one that we got killed in.
okay, cool.
Oh.
That's great. And you got it published, presumably? It's got to be really awesome. It's got to be stolen in a meaningful way.
Or you know what? How about I wanted to be famous on Wiggle on the Twitch equivalent, and I ended up getting famous because I ran your module.
Right? We are heading there soon, as in like this is your calling card. I love it. That's really mean. And I had sympathy for you.
You did.
Yeah.
Ben spread rumors about you behind your back. She was really mad that you were doing better in school, and so she accused you of plagiarism.
Wow.
And the accusations stuck, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Wow, and I didn't get to college.
I mean, that's if you want to go that hard.
I like that.
Absolutely.
You could have maybe just gone to a different college and not your top choice. You do you, but like, I think at a bare minimum, it tarnished your rep, and maybe you went to a different school. I don't know.
I think that's good. Again, I do want to merge you all. That's the important.
That is true.
Yeah.
So it's I'll let you choose what the exact consequences were, but it was I accused you of plagiarism. It stuck, and people in power knew.
What do you reckon? What class?
I feel like it fits of it was like an English or creative writing or something, that you were so good at running these games and coming up with incredible stories, and I was jealous.
Am I? No, this is too complicated. I handed in that adventure as my coursework.
Oh.
And you went, it's online.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is bullshit.
That's
You
Felix's.
can't double dip.
Yes, I think that's
Wow.
slightly too but I think that's great. Creative writing is fantastic. And finally, Garrett.
I think I snapped at you and told exactly what I thought of you, which I think it was like I was one of those hangers-ons who like I really wanted you to be my friend to the point that like I actually got a pretty good sense of who you are. Like I listened and paid attention in such a way that when I finally snapped on you, I went at like your worst insecurities all in one go.
Yeah, I love it.
I think if I can, it was the night we played the Fatal game. I think that I just like fucking got up from the table and in front of everyone unloaded at you.
I think that's great. Actually, what did you say though?
I'm trying to think.
I do love the fact I've just killed you all, and then you say this. That's brutal. That's beautiful and brutal, and I love it.
I think I maybe went after like your family or something. Like you didn't talk about your family. If this isn't like a line or anything, like
No, I'm fine.
I think maybe you had some like bad family drama, and I just like went in on the fact that like on all the details of like your parents were maybe going through a divorce or something, and I essentially insinuated it was your fault.
Oh my god!
Yeah, like, they go through divorce. It's, you're a weirdo kid, and like also this is why you're such a control freak. You're married.
Yeah.
Your family's falling apart, and you can't. Your family's falling
Right.
apart, and you're just
And
trying
now
to
you
control
don't have
something.
this friend group either. Like
Yeah.
Right.
Everyone's going to leave you. Like the same way your
Yeah.
dad left your mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hirsch.
So for the rest of us, we did the thing that pissed you off before you killed us off, but then for Garrett, he did this after.
Yeah,
Because
Felix has to be after.
Oh,
I
okay.
think
I think so, yeah.
Right.
Garrett is during.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know, Marty. You can put yourself before or after. Do you? Both are good. I think before is probably better in the case of you.
Yeah,
As in,
yeah,
you
maybe
always get
that's
a sense
what-
of me
yeah,
being vengeful
right.
and a stupid.
And you didn't
teenage
know
way.
he knew. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. I thought I was slick. But I
Yeah,
was not.
I must have dropped the character, some kind of thinly veiled version of Annie in the game or
Mm.
something.
Oh my god, yes. I feel like
Mhm, mhm.
Fens was also before, and that it was very much a case of like, kind of, she's mean all the time. I don't think she really processed that she crossed a line.
Yeah. Did I know that Fen did it? I mean, presumably I didn't know it. I discovered at some point, but did I know then?
I think it's the thing where you're like, it couldn't be anyone else. And then at another point, it was like definitive proof. But at that point, it was like, I just can't see how it could have been anyone other than Fenn.
I'm really imagining like Duncan as you are like sitting in the principal's office, like the door opens and Fenn walks out.
Yeah,
It's just like, oh,
I love that
no.
shot.
Gives you a really bitchy smirk.
Yeah.
Everybody who's listened to this, who's heard me basically lecture people on the Die Discord about how you're meant to run this, they'll go, Kieron, you said get through the questions in half an hour.
Well, we're pretty close.
It's a soft
far off.
half hour.
Yeah.
Anyway, time passes. A decade passes.
See, we just passed a decade in 10 seconds.
Whoa.
That was great. We're catching up right there. The Eternal Ruins is a new TTRPG based on the fantasy world building of artist Sam Carr. The Eternal Ruins are a vast and endless collection of corridors, chasms, towers, and gardens. In the Eternal Ruins, you will play as newly awakened wanderers, stone statues hatched to life as children, seeking solace and hope in the bright places of the ruins, safe from the despair that the darker, more hostile corners might hold. Inspired by games like Eco, Hollow Knight, and Zelda Breath of the Wild, The Eternal Ruins explores themes of spirits and demons, hope and despair, exploration, and identity. Based off the award-winning Wild Words engine by Felix Isaacs that is used to power one of our favorite games, The Wild Sea. Explore The Eternal Ruins on YouTube and back the game on Kickstarter, starting January 27th.
Hello, my name is Sam Dunawald, and I'm here to tell you about Dice Exploder, a podcast where each week me and a rotating co-host take one tabletop RPG mechanic, just one mechanic, and break it down as deep as we possibly can. If you love thinking about role-playing games and how they work, this is the show for you. Come listen to me talk to Alex Roberts about love and pity, John Harper about elegance and layout, and Mikey Ham about, what else? Exploding Dice! It's an interview show, a review show, a design show, and most of all, a show for anyone who loves these games. Come on down and join us. Find Dice Exploder at diceexploder.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay, the thing that torched our relationship with, the thing that torched your relationship with me, similar behavior has been recurring in your life. How do you think we see this character trait go across your life? And I'm going to give you the second question at the same time, so you have to sort of think about it at the same time. Your hope for the future hasn't worked out. You didn't get what you want, or at least it didn't make you happy. Why? Now, I want to just think about those two, because I think those two quite regularly tie together a bit. I'll start with me to give you a chance to think. Well, my basic behaviour was control freakery, petty nonsense, making enemies very easily, it seems. I definitely never. I went to a small local college. I don't think I ever dared go online with my natural play. I think it's kind of that. There's a sense that he always wanted to and never didn't in the end. Certainly never got anything published. And I'm just sort of working a very small local job and haven't even really gamed for like a decade.
Wow.
Very single.
Very single.
Fenn is also very single. I think it was just like a rinse and repeat of like Fenn went to college, was like across the country, was so excited to reinvent herself. And she hadn't actually worked through any of the reasons why she was being a bully. So by the end of 4 years at school, like she'd isolated herself again moved someplace else and was like, all right, cool, we can start over again. And has been doing well career-wise, but like she's the person at work that no one wants to work with. And like she knows people talk shit about her behind her back. And while it's harder in some ways to be a bully at work, especially if you're not like the top dog. But she has once again like done the thing where just kind of being mean means that she's isolated herself. So she got out of town. She's really not doing any better.
I do love that you got out of town, but unfortunately, you're still in the town where you are.
I was going to say, you can take the girl out of the town and you just can't take the town out of the girl, if that applies here.
You can be difficult to work with even if you're not the boss.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely not the boss.
Yeah.
There's one thing we haven't actually mentioned. Like, we don't really know why Fenn's angry. Why is Fen's angry? Any idea why Fen is angry?
Let me think. Come back. Let me think about
Yeah, we'll come back, especially because, your sibling's also in the group. So it's like there's
Right.
interesting stuff going on there.
Yeah.
Actually, should we go over to... Actually, go to Brian.
Yeah.
Any ideas about Felix?
I think his stuff didn't work out because he got very famous very quick because of running your module. Like, that actual play did very well. And then everything after that has been like, oh, not as good as the first one. Oh, not as good as the first. And like, listenership just slowly drops off. People keep complaining that, like, just go back to that world, like, do that again.
Yeah, it's almost like a different person wrote that one.
That's
It's
the
so
constant
strange.
refrain.
So you genuinely plagiarized.
Genuinely, like, fully plagiarized, like, just stole them. Because I think, Duncan, you had the module, like, essentially full, like, written and ready to publish, kind of.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit extra nerd. You know what I mean? I think there's a level of, like, fastidiousness to Duncan in that
Yeah.
way. His life involves binders.
Loves.
But also, like so much so that Felix, regardless of how, like, good he was or good he is, he was able to, like, just take your work and run it, like, straight out of the binder, and it became, like, a massive success.
Yeah.
So, like, a true testament to how good Duncan was, and also, like, the degree of badness that it is that Felix stole it. It wasn't like he put any of his own stink on it. It was absolutely Duncan's.
Wow. I quite like that. That's nice.
Brutal.
Martin, what about you? Oh, sorry, Nathan, what about Martin?
Yeah. I think, and y'all can help me decide. Do you think it's better? I think Martin ended up marrying Annie. Is it better if they're in an unhappy marriage or divorced?
Ooh. Unhappy marriage is always
sadder.
Always worse. Yeah.
Okay. All right. It's their marriage is on the rocks.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think we could save the why for later.
Okay.
That's always quite interesting. It's like I imagine, because the implication of the question is you kissing someone you shouldn't have. Is the so there's implication of cheating somewhere, but I don't know. I think it's quite interesting to discover that later.
Sure.
What else you want to say?
Oh no, I'm open to, it's the I think the theme I'm working with is that I, similar to my friendship with Duncan, I saw it as something I could get something out of, but then acted without really thinking about how that would affect Duncan, and so I imagine it ended up sort of similar, a similar relationship with Annie.
It's always straight. It's like, Duncan should get over himself. Let's not stress the subtext of here. What about Elliot? What about Garrett?
Yeah, I think going with I think the kind of falling out that we, like, Garrett and Duncan had was a big moment for Garrett of realizing that, like, he actually had a huge crush on Duncan, and this was him not being able to work that out. And then for the following 10 years, like, he finally did come out and is, like, dating men, but then keeps finding himself in these situations where he plays it cool as, like, a hanger-on in a relationship, and then lets all the things he hates about, like, a partner bubble up, and then has a big blowout, like, every time. And so it's just been that same pattern because he never learned how to, like, express his feelings properly, and, like, Duncan was, like, the first instance of that.
That's genuinely heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I think that's everybody. Like, unless Fen wants to say anything about why they're so angry.
I think, and Brian, you can, since you're my brother, can say, I think Fen is really angry because she's resentful that, like, in that extremely unfair way, she's resentful that her parents weren't, like, more successful, of, like, in town, of, they always had a little bit less. They always had, they didn't go on cool, exciting trips. They did, and she just, in a very childish, unfair way, was really angry at them and was like, I'm going to get out of here and do better. And was, so then I think that also was, like, why she got really angry when other people had things and, like, did better than she did. And she thought it was unfair, but in that childish way where you're like, that's not how that works.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Briefly, just everyone take a breath and just think about your life. Some of you have touched it a bit. It's like, what do you do now for your job? Are you married, dating, or single, divorced, or kids? Just broadly that kind of shape. Like, a lot of you have actually kind of already given some details of that. Anyone want to give any more? Like, for example, Garrett, you dating anyone? Is Garrett dating anyone at the moment?
Oh no, Garrett I think is very lonely. And I think Garrett works adjacent to like games, maybe just like a payrolled like editor for like a big publisher.
That's good. Anyone else got any details to add to their kind of Abby, any ideas about Fenn's career?
I want to say she got into like finance because she got it in her head that was like the epitome of success, but she's just sort of like a middle manager in something. A bank? I don't know.
Some of hang-ups about money getting to finance does make sense, I think.
I think it was like I'm going to run Wall Street. And it's like she doesn't even live in the state of New York, let alone New York City.
Yeah. Nathan, Brian, anything else you'd like to sort of add to your mix?
I was thinking kind of like a bit of a reason why Felix is interested in playing again is that he's finally made the promise to people that he will run like the Else season 2, but he's freaking out about it because he also knows that like if it doesn't go well, his contract is like probably destroyed.
That's great. Any partners, kids?
Ooh, yeah. I think he's married with how old are we? 30? Married?
Yeah.
Married with 4 kids.
Damn,
nice.
Felix got busy.
I think it's the additional stress is that work isn't going well in that everyone isn't liking anything that he's making, and now it's kind of a tipping point where he finally has to do the thing he hasn't wanted to do, which is run a season 2 of this thing that he can't run. And if it doesn't work, then he has like some real financial troubles.
Cool. And Marta, Philip, we know about Annie. Do you have kids, or like also what do you do? I'm intrigued.
No kids, and I think that's part of the tension. Is Annie wants kids and Martin does not. Marketing executive, like one of those guys who, but just like big collection of just like nerd shit in his home, and no one to share it with because no one else that I work with, just a perfectly personable guy at the office, but just I say what I need to say to make small talk at the water cooler, but no one has my same interests. Catch the game last night. It's like I look up what happened in the game on my phone.
And you're like, what sport? What do you mean?
So tragic.
What season? What sport is this?
D&D 4th or 5th edition. I was like, I'm going to tweet most. Like I said, I'm actually single. That's true, but I'm actually divorced with 2 kids.
Okay.
Yeah. Last question before we go to the persona, Joe. With the bad blood in the room, why did we decide to come anyway? It's around Christmas. I've suggested we'd play a game because everyone's back in town for old time's sake. Because we're all about, it's a decade after leaving school. There's this, school reunion shit energy going on. So why do people say yes with all the stuff that's between us? Felix has already given a kind of answer, but the other suggestions are this weird sense of guilt. You have unresolved emotion for someone else in the group, morbid curiosity about the group, or something else. And there's a follow-on question to each of them, and actually I'll say that. Weird sense of guilt. How often is weird sense of guilt for you? Unresolved emotions, who? And morbid curiosity, what do you want to know?
I think Garrett is in therapy and has mythologized this idea that until he apologizes to Duncan and resets this pattern, he cannot properly move on and fall in love with like a person as an adult.
Do you think it's a until he apologizes or until Duncan forgives him? Because one of those is less healthy than the other.
I think it's until he apologizes, like he thinks it's going to be easy, but I think probably as soon as he sits down, he realizes it actually isn't until he forgives him.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Abby, Nathan?
Fenn partly is doing this because Felix seems excited and interested, and it's like a little sibling moment of like, all right, well, if you're going, then I kind of have to go. But I do think there is a piece of her now that she's repeated this pattern so many times, she's realizing it's a pattern, and I think it is that sort of sense of guilt of also the like nostalgia where you're like, well, we were all friends though, like it doesn't matter that we fell apart, it's just that's what happens when you grow up, and so we're still friends, and so wants to come back and sort of, it's similar to Garrett, fix it
Yeah.
fix the
The Rhino
first
is powerful.
iteration. Yeah.
I love it. Primal wounds healing.
hmm
Nathan, what about you?
Playing this game was like the last time Martin remembers having fun.
Oh.
Even the total party.
You made
kill
that
night?
Annie.
Yeah, I know. I know.
What?
It's yeah. He just,
I feel sorry for Annie now.
grass is always green. Yeah, I mean she picked wrong maybe.
Oh. No shit, I'm useless.
Yeah, no, he's checking all the boxes, you know, the life looks good on the outside, but he's just bored.
Yeah.
That's
just
great.
bored and wants to game and escape.
Right. Felix, anything else you want to add to yours?
I think he's coming to this kind of with an expressed desire of like, I need to farm as much additional material as I can.
You're the worst of these people.
I was going to say, Felix has not learned a single lesson.
Well, I think it's Felix did this thing. He got really famous, and then he was like, "Great, I'm here now. I can be enough. I can do my own stuff." And every bit of the past 10 years has been his entire audience saying, "No, you cannot. No, you are not enough." And so now it's gotten to a point where I don't think he's excited about this. Like, this isn't him like, "Ooh, he." It's him being pushed to the edge of his rope of like, if this doesn't work, he likely won't be able to make this his career anymore. He has 4 kids to support. Like, he's getting pushed back into a corner that he made for himself that he thought was much further away than it actually was. But also, he likes that limelight. He wants people to be praising him on Reddit again.
Oh no.
The highest praise one can receive.
Fantastic. Right. This is now the end of Persona Gen. Persona Gen, of course, never ends in a game of die. I'll continue to ask people questions as we play to define details. Predominantly, trust me, this is a hot mess, people. There's no ending material. What I do normally in a game of die, we do actual Paragon generation. It's basically everyone sits around as a miniature LARP, and we all pretend to be the characters we've made, generating our characters in an RPG. And it's really a chance to it's an ice-breaking exercise. It's kind of just a chance to be discover your character's voice, and it's a bit of buy-in, and the magic ritual's fun. Unfortunately, it takes about half an hour, so we're not going to do that. So instead, I'm going to just give you the brief narrative version. It's we gather to get Duncan's place. It's a small flat in this relatively cheap bit of town. He kind of he welcomes everyone in, and he sort of sits down. We're going to play a game tonight. He sort of explains. We're going to play a game tonight. We are going to play this game from the 1990s. It's called Die, but it's very interesting. There's an urban myth. You might know about it, Felix.
Yeah.
The people played it and disappeared. It's the kind of edgy shit I was into as a kid. Points at it. This is it. And he sits down and starts handing out the character classes. He hands a class called the Dictator to Fen, which is called a D4, with a D4 attached. He hands Martin a D12, with the Godbinder. He hands Felix the Fool, and he hands Garrett the Emotion Knight. And then we sit down to generate our characters. Everyone has the character sheets. Since this is the quick one, there are basically 2 choices on all the classes. So in other words, it's quite simple to sort of jump through it.
Mm-hmm.
Your stats are preset. Everyone got different choices, so it's hard to sort of say. You pick your god for the Godbinder.
Oh yeah.
You pick your gift of the fair for the Neo. You pick your sacred emotion for the Knight. And the Dictator picks their emotion. The other thing you actually pick is, excitedly, your luck, which of course you can also fill in your own. When I say you can, I mean you almost certainly will.
But I like using one of these. Spectacular evening wear is very funny.
Oh, a long cloak balanced between elegantly wasted and scruffy. That feels right. And then I'm going to put my trade as a con artist.
That's fun. Yeah, I've gone with heavy metal Sauron knockoff with huge metal hat and glowing eyes.
Nice.
That's fucking rad.
I was going to say helm rather than hat, because
Yeah.
that's the energy.
I'm going with the underworld god. I want to summon skeletons.
Yes.
It's good. Edgy teenage nonsense.
I love that in the book it describes them as stop motion skeletons. That's really
Oh, those are the best
Yeah.
skeletons.
Those are the
that's such
best
a nice
ones.
touch.
From that what's that movie, Jason and the Argonauts? The really
Yeah.
great stop motion.
Yeah.
It's like the skeletons specifically named after the Morningstar game as well. It's just it's called the skeletons.
The
specifically.
skeletons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not even just skeletons. It's the skeletons.
It's the skeletons.
The
Bone Boys.
The Bone Boys. I've just got everyone sits down and makes their characters. Duncan is probably going first to demonstrate, and Duncan is playing the master. The GM in this game, the GM has a character class. He is playing. He gets to cheat and bend the rules, which sounds quite exciting. He seems very excited by that concept. And his character's got this ridiculous sort of knockoff Sauron energy to it, with a big metal helm and glowing eyes. So that's the thing.
Rad.
What about what does Felix design?
Felix has definitely taken cues from the Heavy Metal Sauron knockoff and has basically made a Aragorn knockoff. has made a very like scruffy. It's described in the book or on a sheet as a long cloak balanced between elegantly wasted and scruffy. So I think he's going for like classic rugged roguish hero.
What about Martin?
Martin has chosen the underworld god as their deity that they have a contract with. And as such is going all in on the necromancer look, black hood, skull pauldrons, sort of rib cage armor, and then just bones, just covered in bones.
So many bones.
Big bone club, or yeah, it says it's a two-handed hammer, a big bone hammer.
Brilliant. Proper goth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What about Fen? What does Fen design?
Fen, as the dictator, effectively just looks like Trinity from the Matrix.
Of course.
Nice.
Rad.
With a severe bob, though.
Ooh,
Nice.
severe.
Severe bob. And it's like the black leather jacket, extremely sharp, angular, like there's weird sort of pointed shoulder pads going on in there. And she has a dagger and a crossbow.
And your emotion is?
And my emotion is loathing.
Fantastic. Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett is a terror knight specifically.
Oh, Jesus.
Garrett is head to toe, fully clad, like very ornate and highly defensive looking black and white armor that like is patterned throughout. And my arcane weapon, if it's cool, is going to be a pair of brass knuckles, because I think knight with brass knuckles is sick.
Brass Knuckles is like the third album of my favourite metal band. You know what I mean?
They're a little more ornate looking than like, mobster brass knuckles, but
Yeah.
same idea. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, you've seen Alan Moore's gauntlets. You've got a gauntlet he occasionally wears for photo shoots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
how
yeah.
I'm picturing
There we
it.
go.
The technology doesn't evolve too much there.
When the characters sort of get together, the final thing Duncan does is everyone's got the dice. He says, take the dice and hold them out in a closed hand. And he's a bit embarrassed by this, and that take them out in your whole hand. Now close your eyes and lower them to the table. And open your eyes at the count of 1, 2, 3. And he opens the hands. And you're somewhere else instantly. It's almost like you imagine sort of falling down into a chair because you're sitting around a table. You fall upwards to standing. Imagine if you fall down but find yourself standing afterwards.
Whoa.
You're standing in a circle. You're entirely just dressed as you normally are. You're in exactly the same kind of like evening clothes you would normally wear, but slobbing out and playing an RPG. And your circle. You are in a cavern. It's like molten plastic. I think that's the image. Imagine you're in a half-molten miniature, like something you might have seen in the window of Games Workshop, but some awful kid has attached it with a blowtorch, like something out of like the mean stuff in Toy Story.
Sure.
Sid.
Everything is awful and weighty. And Duncan is the first to act, and there's the moment of like, oh my god, it's real. And then he does something surprising you all. He reaches out and grabs something, because floating in a circle in the middle of you are the 5 dice. He reaches out, instantly grabs the D20, and there is a burst of energy flying out as he spends a cheat token, and there's a burst of energy, and he immediately jumps up. Imagine his body being injected by kind of like a nightmare serum, and he swells to like 8 foot, looking down on you. His actual head splits open, and his skull
Jesus.
grows into this enormous metal thing, and there's an ignition as 2 fires burst out in his eyes, and he looks at you all and said, "It works. Now you will all pay." And he clicks his finger and he disappears. There's a sort of sparkling, awful firelight that shoots out, and you realise there's one exit from this place, and it's the shape of enormous jaws, like literally like his actual head, but his head has been pulled back and his teeth elongated to daggers.
Ew, I love it.
And on this awful gate leans webs ahead of you, it says the else 2.
Felix just goes, yes, and pulls out a notebook and starts writing.
Oh my God.
And that is all for this preview of Die, Total Party Kill. If you want to hear the rest of this episode with Kieron Gillen and Nathan Yaffe, and trust me, you absolutely do, head on over to patreon.com/many-sided media and become a member of the Dice Pool. Splash! There, you will get access to dozens of hours of bonus actual plays, cast talkbacks, roundtable discussions, original music, and ad-free episodes of all of our shows. Your support on Patreon really is the single best way you can help us continue to make this show and many more in 2026 and beyond. Part 2 of this 2-part game of Die will be released later this month.